going to talk tonight. This is a little bit of a throwback. I've taught something about this before, but I want to go with you through it because we're going to, over the next 3 weeks, talk about the Internet of Things. Everybody here's played on the Internet, right? It's a little bit, shape, form, or fashion. Yeah, you've used it all. You know you have. And this is not IT look different on the model. Thank you. You know who you are that said that. Not information technology. It looked different on the model. And I love this book. No, I haven't read it, but I picked it up at Dollar Tree because I read it, looked at it, and thought, ain't that the truth? Just ain't it the truth? So this week we're going to look at it looked different on the model. Next week we're going to talk about deep fakes. What is that? You're going to find out next week. You might even experience a little bit of it tonight. And then the week after that, something that has troubled me and is concerning me a great deal is artificial intelligence that's coming upon the horizon. You can do it if you play with ChatGPT any. If not, we're going to encourage you to play with it every once in a while. And I think you'll like it and you'll hate it. It looked different on the model. Like I say, I haven't read this. When I saw it, I thought, yeah, I want to do that. So how many of you have ever ordered stuff off the Internet? Yeah? How many of you have been disappointed when you got it? Ain't it the truth? So let's talk about the first thing you do whenever you go to the Internet and you say, man alive, that looks good. I want one of them, whatever one of them is. But it ain't always what it looks like it's going to be. And so we're going to look at what I ordered and what I got. We're going to have several of those as we go through. She ordered that, but, well, it looked different on the model, didn't it? And then we have some Buzz Lightyear going on, and he just had to be flat disappointed when he got that Halloween costume. Holy horror. I don't know how that even happened. But that's what we ordered, and that ain't what I ordered, but that's what I got. I had to figure this one out just a little bit. The guy ordered this great wall hanging right here. Isn't that cool looking? I want one of them. Yeah? And I've had to figure out, well, what's his problem here? And it's like, oh, he got it on his head. That's what he ordered, and boy, that's what he got. I really like this one. Don't order your veneers online. Because, well, he had to be disappointed. And my next one, I just love this because it just says it all. He ordered black jeans and sunglasses, and he got a dress. Don't it look good? So, you know, it's just a mix out there, isn't it? You go out there and you are on your own as far as sometimes reliability of information, etc. And we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, I get concerned when people just, and I do it too, randomly select, oh, I like that, press like. And you don't check who sent it. You don't check what they're like. You don't do your research. And you can. But sometimes what you order and the bandwagon you jump on is not really one you want to be on. What I ordered and what I got. Let me tell you how a photo shoot works. You say, how do you know a photo shoot, Harvey? I've been in one before. You? Yeah, no kidding. Well, so first you go in and they size your clothes. What size shirt you wear? Da, da, da. And then they send you to the makeup room. Yep, makeup all over the place. Comb your hair and spray it down and looking good. They have lights and assistants. And Joe, adjust those Klieg lights. Pull the shade down on that window. It's cool. And then there's always music in the background, at least where I was. You know, it says, doom, 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 doom. Everybody's excited, thumping music all the way, and this everything. And then you go in and you pretend, and everybody pretend. And then, wait a minute, stop, finish, wait. Check your makeup. You're looking a little oily there. All right. And then pretend, and it's over with. And yes, you give the clothes back. You don't get to keep the clothes. So, remember, unique or the most beautiful or handsome or odd are the ones that are chosen. You say, Harvey, how did you get to be one? I fall under the odd part. But what I want you to really get about this is nothing is left to chance. Nothing. I was in a photo shoot, and I was up there, and I was like this. I was doing my model thing. He says, Harvey, don't do that. Get your hand out of the pocket. See that? That looks like you're missing 2 fingers. You know what I'm saying? You can put them out, you can put them in, but you don't do this. Nothing is left to chance. And you think about that when you're ordering clothes, when you're looking at what other people have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing has been left to chance. Well, for instance, this bag right here, meh, it looks okay, but I like this one, where they fluffed it out a little bit, right? It looks kind of good. And I'm sorry for the fuzziness of this picture, but this is where I want to live. Look at this picture right here, like, meh, it's looking pretty good. But over here, ooh, yeah, because it's darker, and you get to see outside, and they got a little tchotchke on the table, and they got the thing kind of close together and intimate and so forth and so on. That did not happen by accident, people. It does not happen by accident. This is well adjusted, well set up. They've got assistants and people who move the furniture, set the furniture up. They've got one man or lady over there saying, no, not here, put that over there and do this and da-da-da-da. And then the photographer comes in, dust the lights, da-da-da. Okay? So that's where I want to live. And then the magic happens. Oh my, magic with Photoshop 2023. Now this has advanced quite a bit because you got a lot of filters, etc. on smartphones today, so you don't even need Photoshop in some instances. But this is the king of the pile right now. And you, yes, you indeed, can be more handsome, beautiful, smooth, look good looking than you are right now, than before you left the house. Yes, sir, you can be, thanks to Photoshop. Everybody knows him, right? Don't you love that guy? Aren't you envious of that guy? Come on, guys, don't lie. You know you are. But this is a picture of George Clooney. This is his before and after. Again, it's a little bit blurry, but I'm sorry, but you'll get the idea. Left is before, right is after. Let's start and work from the top down. Brother George's hair is just a tad on the mottled side up there. It's got some gray, got some highlights. So we're going to make it darker. And then we move on down to, oh, wait a minute. You almost forgot, didn't you? Look at them wrinkle lines right there that you all got. You don't have it there. Now, whether or not his eyebrows are part of makeup or whatever, or Photoshop, the eyebrows are a little darker. And I don't know it for sure, but I'm looking at his nose. And what I really hate, you see them lines down there? Guys, after you turn 55, they just come in, don't they? Don't you hate those lines? But he ain't got them. And you think, wow, that's perfect, that's neat, that's something. You're forgetting one thing. Let's put a little more 5 o'clock shadow on Brother George. Let's take care of those bags around his eyes. And that, my friends, is George Clooney. And he still gets the treatment. Cameron Diaz. Older picture, older now, kind of out of style, but nonetheless, you get the idea. Notice the hair, lighter. Notice the makeup, lighter. Thinking, wow, that's Cameron Diaz. She's kind of cute and she's good looking, but wow, they worked on her. Yeah, and that's not all. Look at that hip bone right there. We're going to fix that. We're going to round out the hips just a little bit more, and you have the perfect woman. Or almost. I know each of you guys think that you've got the perfect woman right by your side, and that's a good thing. You keep it that way. He looks fantastic. They got rid of his zits. They got rid of some unibrow. They got rid of his mustache. They cleaned him up, and he looks good, and I don't even know who he is. Let's talk about some memories that never were. Wait, memories that never were? What does that mean? That means it's never really happened. I like this part on the left here because this shows you the original setting of that photograph. They were outside, standing in front of a tree. You know, this is some kind of occasion. He's got a little sash on there, etc., and they're just having a nice little time. But we're going to make them a memory that never was. So we're going to set them in the street. Who knows? Maybe it's London. Maybe it's Chicago. Maybe it's New York. Someplace exotic, right? And we're going to make this. So first off, they were never there. But it looks like they were. But there's more to this photo. You look over here and you see the car's tail lights, they're not on. Here they are. You see this sign? It's beefed up a little bit. Oh, red. And then we pull it down into there. And so we have this frame. And dude's sash is gone. And then to give us some ambiance, we've put some fog machine behind there just to kind of make it dark and mysterious and cool. And you think, man, I don't want to stand out in front of a tree on the green light. I don't want to be there. Except there never happened. I like this young lady. She's probably taking a modeling picture there to send it off to an agency or something. Nice, looking good. So we get a hold of it, and what do we do for her? Well, we first off, the ambiance background again, mysterious, mystique. We give her a black tiara. We fix her hair up either in makeup or maybe by adding some extensions and some curls. And then we say, you know what? She doesn't need that pencil skirt, that thin skirt. Let's give her a gown, make her look regal. That never happened. Oh, she's got a little musculature there that she doesn't have there, too. Yeah. Do you see how you might have gotten played a little bit over the years? Well, this one's one that's always kind of embarrassing. We don't like to talk about pornography too much, but it's around. It's a problem. It's a major problem with men. It's getting to be more so of a problem with women. Let me just assure you that if you are in that individual that you are lusting after or over never existed. So here's our young lady. She comes to the studio and she's looking, let's be charitable, she's looking a little rugged, okay? So we're going to fix her up. First off, we're going to take her to makeup. Boom, so we got that going on, got some eye makeup going on. We're going to fix up her hair, maybe add a few extensions in her hair, probably doing some Photoshop on that. We're going to take care of those bags around her eyes. That little thingy right there under her nose, you know, all of us got. Look at how it's been shaped up. And even the nose, I think, has got some. But that ain't all. See her neck? Look at that. Kind of giving her a nice tilt to her head and long neck. Signs of beauty in our world. Whatever you're looking at in the magazine, whether it's pornography or just a model, it's not real. And then, of course, there's always male pornography and guys with these quad packs and you know, six packs, and it's like, same thing, okay? You thought this was as interesting as it got, right? No, it gets even more interesting. You know these people? She's an elementary school principal. He's a little Main Street businessman, small shop. She's a doctoral student at the University of Chicago studying microbiology. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe she gets to be the elementary school principal. She teaches microbiology, and he's just a bum because those people aren't real. They never existed. They never will exist. And that's just the tip of the ice cube. it gets a lot worse than that. When we start talking about deep fakes and when we start talking about artificial intelligence, this is going to be child's play. But what about our friends? Our friends on Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. What about them? I mean, they're doing good, right? And they're not liars, are they? No. I ran across this article some time ago. It's called Looking Happy on Social Media. Leah Fessler put it out. The ultimate proof that looking happy on social media often masks real pain. You can look that up. And here's her picture. Shout out to Donna for birthing me and sending me these office balloons. Colleagues confused. I am very happy. You see that? I am happy. Woohoo! You even got a little balloon there. Laugh out loud. Nope, she says. These days, things are much better. Therapy and medication work, and we should talk about that more openly. The girl's in a mess. And so she sends out this tweet or this Instagram post, and she says, I'm curious, if you're comfortable doing so, post a picture of what you shared on social media where you're actually having a really tough time in life, even though you look perfectly fine in the picture. As of that writing, and again, it's 2 or 3 years ago, it's been 600 retweets, 2,500 likes, people sharing photos of themselves posing happily and confidently for the camera. Remember, these are your friends. I like this lady. She looks like somebody I'd like to get to know, have coffee with. And she says this. This spoke to me. I have the perfect picture, this one. I was literally sitting on my therapist's couch and we were doing an exercise. If you look closely, you can see I was crying right before. It's not my best photo, but I kept it because it reminds me that I pulled through. She ain't got a care in the world, does she? Yes, she does. I'm kind of happy about this one, too. She writes, took this on a solo road trip. I don't look at that. She's in front of the Grand Canyon. Wouldn't you like to go to the Grand Canyon? Yes, indeed. I love that trip. So she was on a solo road trip by herself, got nobody to answer to, nothing to do except enjoy. During one of the more major depressive episodes of my adult life, it was a relatively good trip during which I spent a lot of time crying alone in my car and motel room. Yeah. At a friend's wedding. Both those smiles are fake because we'd been fighting. I still cringe when I look at the picture. Oh, man, they look too sweet to be fighting. She looks nice, don't she? Happy. My boyfriend broke up with me 30 minutes before this picture was taken. I cried all the way to the shoot. Even had to pull over a few times. Happiest day of your life, right? I spent my wedding day vomiting due to pain from chronic illness and left early to go to bed. She's so happy. No, she's about to puke. Here's the kind of guy you'd want for a Connect ministry. He's looking good. This was about the height of the Michael Brown's murder. Now, you may remember he's the young black man that was shot in Ferguson, Missouri. I was extremely lonely in a predominantly white city, miles away from my family, and the only person of color in my grad school cohort. Everyone was oblivious to the current events, and I had like $2. And finally, her. Laid off and a few months single here. I'd just gotten a temporary job at a 30% pay cut and fought off a few men who lacked boundaries on dates. It may also be when my rent went up. those are the people that you and I look at every day on Facebook or Instagram and envy. So are all your social media friends liars? No. They're just showing you their best side, just like you do. I like that guy. I like that picture. Confident looking, smirking, groovy hair. Hasn't got a care in the world. My planet was falling apart. I had lost my family. I had a job that I hated. I had my mom who had dementia that I was trying to help. I didn't know what on earth I was doing. No matter how good you or your friends look, we all got baggage. So I ask you, is that really what you want to compare yourself to? When you've seen the pictures of how you are manipulated by photos and how the photos are manipulated, how your friends show you their best side, how furniture and houses and everything else, is this really how you want to compare your kids, your life, your family, your possessions, your station in life? Is that really how you want to alter your life or to be like? It's a serious question. Especially the body image part for younger ladies, especially. This has to do a lot with young people. This is just a screenshot of a quick Google search. The role of social media in adolescent teen depression. This is published in the Journal of American Medical Association Pediatrics. 23% of kids are victims of cyberbullying. Research from 2019, I don't know who Healthline is, but suggests teens are more likely to have depressed moods. They spend a lot of time and effort on the social media. National Institutes of Health, our government. Extensive research on quantity and quality of social media has shown association between it and depression in adolescents. That's just the tip of the iceberg. This stuff can be bad. And yes, this is from Fox. Yes, they're good on clickbait. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, they have a skewed perspective. Yes, yes, yes. But sometimes they have a jewel. China proposes a limit for children's smartphone time to a maximum of 2 hours daily. Now, I have no desire to be like communist China. But I think it's intriguing they're saying, hey, you know what? Most minors shouldn't be using this stuff between 10 and 6 in the morning. If you're ages 16 to 18, you're allowed 2 hours a day. 8 to 15, 1 hour a day. Under 8 years old, 40 minutes. I think that's intriguing. Not so much that I would necessarily agree with their solution, but even that they're thinking that it's a problem. That's important. So what's the Bible message? You came here tonight to hear a Bible message. And here it comes. As for me, my feet had almost slipped. I nearly lost my foothold. I envied the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. They have no struggles. I think you've seen tonight that, yeah, they do. Whoever they are. Jesus said to his disciples, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life doesn't consist in the abundance of possessions. And we're seeing, I think, a swing in minimalism and other things like that where it's saying, you know, your job and your possessions aren't everything in this life. There's a little more to it than that. Don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer, petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends understanding, will guard your hearts and minds. And then Paul continues, whatever is noble and right and pure and lovely, admirable, especially though whatever is true. Think about such things. Dwell on those things. How do you discern? And see, that's what we're going to be talking about over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Is how do we discern? I want us to be discerning people. I don't want us just to click because it looks good and we click. I don't want us to buy just because it looks good and we buy. I want us to be people of discernment. And part of it is built into this passage here. The point is, never look that good, even on the model. That model has been at a photo shoot where the makeup is taken care of and nothing is left to accident, and the lighting is perfect and everything, and then he or she has been photoshopped and placed in the best possible position. It never looked that good, even on the model. I'll leave you with this. The problem with quotes found on the internet is that they're often not true. Abraham Lincoln. I think that's a good one for you and me to dwell on and think about as we decide what we're going to click and watch and look at, and most importantly, absorb into our spiritual psyche. That's it, brother. Oh, I hope you'll come next week, because we're going to talk about deep fakes a little bit, and then we'll talk about artificial intelligence.
405, Jesus goes with it. It may be in the valley, look out the danger.